So I have the final version for the Glacial lens build. It's actually insane. You can deal 20-30 million damage in seconds. My maximum was so far with one spear, the spear and the explosion, it was 20 million. I didn't thought that this was possible. On last league it was much worse. I know that they buffed it, but it's like huge amount of damage you can deal with only one spear. And the best part that you can maintain your frenzy charges. Deadeye is really good for that, and we have an insane clear speed also with lightning spear using Herald of Thunder and Dash. I think this is one of the best temple runners. I know there is the auto bomber build, but you can make this build a fraction of the cost of a temporalis, so those builds are out of reach for the most of us. Even for me, I won't have a temporalis in this league, or I think in any other league. But never mind, this is fast and I think it's one of the best spear skills out there for now. So let's see what we are doing here. So I have a full previous build guide about this build, but that was the kind of the endgame starter. And that's not true, you could do the full endgame with that build also, but now we are more focused on the two spells that we use. We now don't have the wall form. I actually miss it. The bounce is one of the best skills that you can jump around, but we can't use it if we want to maximize our skill tree, and we had to. So this is like now the full endgame build. But if you are interested how to make the build first, you can watch that video, because I am talking about how to craft your starter spear for this build and a lot of stuff I am talking about there, so go and watch it or don't. So now we are using the Viper Cap, the cost reading command. It's a really strong, unique item. I know this was nerfed. Now you can't have the surround it up at all time. Now you actually required one monster to be near you, but with this build, at our speed, that's how we farm, you are always have one monster around you. The only time when you don't have a monster around you is because you clear the whole screen. So it's not that big of a nerf. It's only nerf that your tooltip, because now you see that maybe this damage is too low. You don't see the damage numbers because there is no monsters around us right now. But the surrounded stuff, it still works 100% of the times, and it's still it's a really big buff on your damage and also on utility. So let's talk about the skills and the ascendancy first. So we are on Deadeye. It's the same still, although I think I will lose the Mirage Deadeye, because we don't really need that 20% more shock that this gives us on the bosses, because we have really high damage. If you are a lower level, this helps you a lot, but for now I think I will get this, because I have the same in my weapon, this socket, and we can get damage here, which is nice. So I think I will do this, but for now it's fine. The other stuff is the same. Point blank and tailwind, of course, and call the shots is the perfect ability for us. You can put sniper's mark here and have frenzy charges almost every time. It's really nice with the Azir's impatience and Eternal mark. This is perfect for bosses. On life tap and charge profusion, this call the shots is pretty OP. It's one of the only spells that you can apply marks this easy. If you want to play on something else, you can do this. We have Purity of Fire because of Sacred Flame with high damage and Spirit, and you can get all the Spirit support gems for free. You know that. So Lightning Spear and Glacial Lens. So the whole vision here is Lightning Spear. You are always moving with Lightning Spear, right? And we want to be really fast. So we don't need to go full damage here, because we already have a lot of damage because of the surrounding stuff. So I am using mobility here. That's really nice. And this cluster here is actually pretty underrated, or I don't know if anyone uses it. But these kind of nodes that spray and pray, it's insane. 50% increase auto damage by moving. We are always moving. The only thing when we stand is when you use Glacial Lens. So this is why we have this on the weapon set 1. And we only use Lightning Spear on weapon set 1. And these nodes are here is insane. More projectiles and reduce movement and speed loss. It's insane. And also this. So we have Leech. As you know from the previous build, you need Leech. So you can have a mono potion here, this, which also applies his effect constantly. So you get 40% increase elemental damage free. It's again insane. So the other big stuff here we're using is this Defi 2 support gem. This actually gives us that our attack skills are lucky. And you also use this on Glacial Lens. And this is the key for the build. Actually, with these 2 support gems, you are dealing a lot of damage. If something lucky, it's rolled twice. And it also applies to critical hit, so you are doing much more damage. Even if the tooltip says otherwise, we are dealing a lot of damage. And so you need to use this support gem if you are going for the surrounded stuff. With this Lightning Spear has an insane clear. And we have fork and rapid attacks here, and also on the temple. So on the temple we don't use Glacial Lens at all, you only need Lightning Spear. So on the temple you just put Garoka Resolve here. That's the only switch you need to do in the whole game. Don't forget it here, because when you then go to the Citadel boss and you don't have it on Glacial Lens, you will feel it. As I said, still you are doing in the millions, but you will feel it. So, Glacial Lens, Garukan, Rakayatas and Defy to overextend for more crit and rapid attacks. And as you can see, we have almost 800 critical damage bonus, which with twice critical, this is 1600. Yes, it's kind of insane numbers with insane damage. There's the spear, there's the explosion, I mean, and this is just standing here, so we are not even surrounded here. That's why we have this huge amount of explosion burst with Glacial Lens. Herald of Thunder, and we are using Herald of Ash for clearing. It's a really nice combo. I get rid of Herald of Ice because, of course, we're now using Lightning Spear for clearing, so you don't need Herald of Ice. I have all the damage stuff here that you can get for Herald of Thunder. Herald of Ash the same damage and precision one because we have a little bit of leftover spirit. Eternal Rage for maximizing our rage, and Berserk because this gives us a lot of damage again with the Daida's Desire. I actually found like 3 of this in the temple. And with this we have these nodes here to have more rage, but be careful though, because I have a lot of life regeneration. I mean, not a lot of, we have at 100, but if I now would put +4 rage into my helmet, that would be make me lose life when I'm just standing, and that's bad. So you need to little bit calculate it, or you need much more higher life regeneration, like we could get these nodes, but for now it's good. We have 100 and we are not losing life here, and we have insane leech, so it's not a problem. So for clearing you don't need combat frenzy, right? The call the shots is perfectly enough for Lightning Spear, but here's the but. For bosses, when you first hit the marks you get your frenzy charges, but then it's nothing. So I had an idea and I just put combat frenzy here on the second hand. It's only used when you are using Glacial Lens. And because you usually hit the Lightning Spear, you hit the boss with Lightning Spear first, and then you get your frenzy charges and hit Glacial Lens. But if you don't crit or you miss, it happens a lot, you throw it, I misclick actually. You can misclick a lot of times because there is a lot of bosses that are small and you misclick. So you use your frenzy charges for nothing, and that's annoying. But when you then freeze the boss, you get your free frenzy charges back usually, because we get more frenzy charges because of the socket in the weapon. So combat frenzy comes handy because you freeze the boss and you have another free frenzy charges. It guarantees you a kill, and it's really important because you can miss stuff or you can do 0 critical, and if the boss is alive and you are on your second hand, you are taking a lot of damage, because all the nodes here, if you see, all the defensive nodes are on Lightning Spear, because that's our main clearing, that's where you get damaged. Our full defense zone when you are using Lightning Spear. So on Glacial Lens you are really vulnerable, you can't tank anything. It's like the Citadel boss, the Wolf, if you on Glacial Lens and he do that back punch when he throw his sword around, you die instantly. It's one shot. So be careful on Glacial Lens, because this is our setup. Lightning Spear, we are really tanky at maps. Even with this I can die. I don't die. The only thing when you can die is when you using Glacial Lens recklessly, because there is 0 defense on Glacial Lens. Instead we have reduced defense on Glacial Lens, so be careful. But that's not a problem because we have a lot of damage and it usually the boss dies or freezes before doing anything. So you need to still pay attention. Yes. And now let's see the items and the tree. It's everything is almost the same. I need a few changes. I know that the free socketed one is really expensive, but you don't need free socketed ones. It's easier for me to have more resistance to make them cap, but you can have a one socketed one. They are really cheap. This helmet is really cheap. And I have a new boots with full resist on. I had to because my helmet was free resist helmet. And they still scuffed, but I don't really care about the chaos damage. Chaos damage usually on rituals, and I do 0 rituals. So we need to cap our resist, and you need gain physical damage somewhere. I have it on the weapon, as I said it. You can have megalomaniac diamonds and get this node, but they are really fucking expensive, like really expensive. So you need physical damage, and it's preferably like 20% gain would be really nice, because you need for the leech, especially for the mana leech. Now we are using both spell on mana, but this also helps because insufficient mana doesn't prevent the use of supported skills while you are surrounded. So this is actually like a cheat code, but it doesn't matter. So the leech is nice. Same glove, full damage glove, attack speed, elemental resist, headhunter. As I said, headhunter is your first chase unique item. This completely changed your game. You need this. When you have a somewhat good weapon, you don't need a weapon like this, then you go for headhunter. And this is kind of it. I know these kind of stuffs are expensive now, especially with the inflation. But anyway, so our weapons are locked. So we are using the same weapon in both hands. And the last on the tree, as I said, every defense node on the lightning spear, because that's what we use for clearing. And the full attack stuff is on the Glacial Lens. We have 2 skill points left. I am almost 99. So this is how it looks like. This is the same metamorphosis gem using for the big nodes here. And the surrounded stuffs are here, which are really big nodes. And we have this crazy time lost emerald. You can get one with critical damage bonus for attack damage and critical damage bonus with spears. So you have 2 critical damage modifiers on one jewel. So this gives us a lot of critical damage it's like 60%. So yeah, this is kind of it. It's a really nice tree. We have a lot of damage. We are really fast. I will use this for next when we level up. And okay, the body armor. I went for full evasion and movement speed one because we want a lot of movement speed. I'm now trying to save up for the golden charm because I want the movement speed and the skill speed from that. It would be really nice. It's like that's another cheat code, but they are really expensive. Like, I think I will get the wolf one because it gives us skill speed and movement speed, and it's like almost 300 divine up. So I'm saving and grinding for that because I never had a gold charm so far, and I really want it. Now it's in this league, it's kind of looks reachable, and now this is kind of it. So the game style is you try to sprint every time when you can to make it more faster, but it's like every ranger build, bull build, you are playing like this. So I will leave a full temple run here, and you will see how the clear looks like. This is a 50 room temple. It's with a bunch of effectiveness, so I think it's one of the best in a budget way, because as I said, we don't have big chase items. That is like kind of impossible to get now. I know it's still expensive. Everything is expensive on me. I had a lot of currency and I spent it, but you can make this build without a lot of stuff. You need the headhunter. That's like you need that. Okay, so it's not a way around it. In the temple, you need that 40-50 buff that the headhunter gives you. It's like mandatory. But you can lose a lot of stuff like the Garukan or the Rakitas. There is a lot of divs that you can save, and you can still deal a lot of damage and enjoy this build because you will still have the clear speed with lightning spear. As I said, on maps, or if you are not in a 50 room temple, you don't need to put Garukan into lightning spear, okay? So you can clear anything with that, and that's really nice. So you can kind of use just simple damage super gems instead of the lineage gems that are really expensive, and you can still deal a lot of damage if you have a somewhat nice weapon. If the video gets more views, like not this 1 and 2k, then I will try to make a really budget version, but I feel like nobody wants to play Spear, and I don't know why. I don't understand. This looks actually amazing, and it feels so nice. I don't know. Maybe it's a big streamer thing. No one plays Spear. Maybe it's because of that. I don't know. So this is kind of it, guys. So please hit the subscribe and like this video. It helps me a lot. And thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.
rebellion.
You have made a great mistake. The art of corruption.
Slow me down.
You die now.
Stay alive. Barely broke a sweat. In my sights.
Do not spare.